Hello everyone and welcome to Devcast. In this part we are going to have a look at form validation. So this tutorial is all going to be about validation, and we are going to validate this form using JavaScript, and we are going to make use of regular expressions to validate this form properly. For those of you who do not have an idea about why form validation is actually important, so in your website form validation plays a very vital role, because if you are not validating your form, hackers can enter your website and hack into your system, and they can get access to your database and all the nitty gritty stuffs. And at the same time, uh, form validation is also important for in order to correct the user if the user enters any incorrect username or it enters any incorrect password. So for that purpose also form validation is very much important. So let's have a look at how we can make use of regular expression to validate a particular form. For those of you who are watching this tutorial, I am pretty sure that if you are looking at a form validation tutorial, you may have some idea already about what regular expression is. So I'm not getting into all that stuff. I'm just going to show to you how you can validate this form using JavaScript and making use of regular expression in JavaScript. So I have already prepared a form over here, as you can see. So in this form I have prepared a very basic form over here. It has some input fields over here, and just underneath the input field I have some text, but you cannot see those text because I have you know I have displayed I have chosen not to display them at the moment, but I'm going to display them with the help of JavaScript. Okay. So that's the reason why you do not see this particular text over here, but they are very much over there. So this is the basic form that I have prepared over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to validate this username, and let's see how we can do that with the help of regular expression. So for that purpose, first of all, we are going to create a script tag out here, and inside the script tag, let's take this variable. I mean, sorry, let's take this ID. It has been assigned the ID of username, so let's take that ID where usr is equal to document dot get element by ID, and this ID is going to be username. So what we are going to do is this, that we are going to set an event listener on this username. Okay. So for that purpose, since we have already taken the ID of the username input field, so we are going to add an event listener on this. So user dot add event listener, and we are going to track the inputs. We are going to listen to all the inputs inside it, and we are going to create an anonymous function with respect to this. And now let's create the logic. Okay. So first of all, we are supposed to create a pattern over here, like pat user is equal to, and inside this delimiters we are supposed to enter the regular expression, the pattern. I hope you guys have understanding about regular expressions over here, but still if you do not have any concept with respect to regular expressions, this is a great way of getting started, getting introduced to this thing. So first of all, I will have to create over here the pattern. So it is going to be so the username that is going to be entered over here, I have fixed the entry of this particular username. It should be a combination of words and numbers, and it should not contain any special characters inside it, and that's the reason why I'm going to specify A to Z, which is A to Z of small letters, and A to Z of capital letters, and of 0 to 9 of digits, and this should be of not more than 8 characters. Okay. this should be not more than 8 characters. Okay, so what I want is this, that whatever username gets entered inside this input field, it should not be more than 8 characters limit. Okay, so for that, now what we are going to do is this, that so we have added the event listener over here. Now what we are going to do is, okay, uh, we will have to get the value from here using this v as a parameter. So let's take the variable inp user is equal to v dot target dot value. So we have taken the value over here. Let's have a look at first console.log this and have a look at what it is being what it what it is showing out here in the console, if it is at all getting the username or not. So let's enter a value like user123 or something like that, and let's inspect that if it is taking the value. So it is not taking the value at the moment. Okay, user123. So yes, it is taking the value. As you can see, it is displaying the value in the console. So we have obtained the value over here. Now that we have all of the things in place, it is time to define a logic, it is time to define a condition. So but before that, we will have to place a test or validity. Let's say enter this value as tst is equal to uh, pat user dot test part user dot test, and what it is going to do, input user. So in this line, what I have tried to say to the code is this, that you will have to test the pattern with this particular input value. So what it will do, it will try to test whether this pat user or this pattern actually matches the input of the user or not. So if it matches the input of the user, it will return a true, and if it does not, then it will return a false. So now we are going to put a if condition over here and say that if if this is if test, then what it should do, it should make use of this thing, that thing that we have taken over here, this particular id. It should show this return statement if it is not okay, but if it is okay, then it should not then it should reflect this incorrect statement, that the user name is actually incorrect. So now what we are supposed to do is we are supposed to say that er dot style dot display is equal to none, and so if it is correct, it should not be displayed, but if it is incorrect, it should display. Er dot style dot display is equal to block. Okay, so now that this is done, let's test it out. Let's test it out as user123. So as you can see, since I have entered an incorrect username over here, it is showing me that the username is incorrect, because I have specified that the username shall be a combination of alphabets and numbers, and it should be within 8 characters of limit, and it is not 8 characters, and it is 7 characters. And as soon as I will correct this, like 1 2 3 5, you will see that this is now gone. Again, if I remove this, it will come back, and if I again uh, uh, place 8 values, it will not show. So this is practically how you are supposed to perform form validation with the help of JavaScript by utilizing regular expressions. I have done the username part. You can go on with the password one and design a pattern for yourself and see if the password is actually your pattern for password is actually matching the user's pattern or not. And pretty much it is going to be done in the same way as I have shown over here. So that is a wrap on regular expressions for usage of regular expressions for form validation. See you on the next part of devcast. But before I leave, my ardent request is to like this video if you like it and subscribe to my channel. Also do share this content. Thanks for watching this video and see you next time on devcast.